that because they say that their education is good enough, the teachers is good enough. Of course, for transparency, accountability, I have to say accountability of our students. If they can get the license, it means that our students are good, excellent, competency is very good. So I have no objection about that. But how to get the license is another matters. It's another issues that what we are going to do, how to do, because there are different professional associations in Thailand or in the world, so they need to achieve it. I do agree about that. My personal opinion, Thank you for your very challenging issue. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your answer.
Yeah, I think that, yeah, Dr. JJ and Dr. Ransan, thank you very much. So, you know, seem like, it gave me impression that OVET is like a positive and confident with the quality of the education. But when we have the national scale standard, it is also good for the transparency and accountability, how the school, how the Ministry of Education, the curriculum, the quality, it meets the demand of the specific industry. So this is also, so, but I mean, I think that it takes the, also it have the same issue, you know, to get the, maybe the student need to invest more time, resources. So I mean, like whenever we need to up the quality, I think that it always have the issue of the resources is included time as well, for more agency, more talk, you know. Sometimes it so this is the, I think, the common issue we can find. I think that with that, I will just like maybe like 1 minute big. What are the, just the final one, what are the progress over made in the past 5 years compared to 5 years and now? I think what are the achievement, significant achievement of OVET, and the top challenges, only 1 or 2, does it? So significant achievement and top challenges.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. Number 1, I have to say that we changed our curriculum. Now our curriculum is the competency-based curriculum, based on the competency, based on TPQI, Thailand Professional Qualification. All the description of our curriculum nowadays, I can say that it's a competency-based. It means that they learn and also the competency is there. We bring the standard into our curriculum. Of course, this is what our achievement. The first one that we do. And the second one, we look at the lifelong learning. We promote the short course training where they can increase, they can go for the different courses of learning and they can accumulate those courses and they can get certificate, or they can get kind of certification that they pass some level of qualification and competency. I separate two, that our curriculum and also the one is the lifelong learning. The student can come to our colleges everywhere, whenever they can come, and then they can learn. They just want to have their own job. Only 1 week, that's okay. But if they want to get more training and they can get certificate level or diploma level, or they can pass the qualification framework to get level 2, level 3, we work with the TPQI and Ministry of Labor. That's what we are achieving now, and we can do it now. Yes. Thank you.
And also I think that Mr. Sangha, for your, especially our director of the OVET, and for your time and presentation. I think with that, I think we also would, Mekong Institute, on behalf of Mekong Institute and country delegates, you know, we appreciate a lot for your meticulous and very insightful information. So thank you so much again for your time again. Kapong ka. So thank you so much, our delegates. I think that we will have the second presenter from the Thai Logistics and Productivity Society, but may I request to have the 5-minute break? No? Also like Mr. our Dr. Kittipon, shall we will take a 5-minute break. After that, I will invite you. So for those national delegates who have the question regarding OVET, or if you want to talk about anything, you can also just like inbox us. We will be here facilitating to answer your curiosity. Thank you so much. And let's take a 5-minute break first. Oh, Mr. Songren Chapo, do you have question?
Yeah, fantastic. Not a question, but because some internet interruption this morning, so I just want to check. How about the PPT? Will you share the PPT in the group or?
Yeah. We will share the PPT.
How about the this morning PPT?
Yeah. We will share you every PPT, na? This morning too. Okay, yeah.
So
Dr. Ransan, could you and Dr. Mr. Sangha also could you please send us your presentation card to us as well? Thank you so much. If it is okay, please
Yes.
drop in the
Yes.
box. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Hello. 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 Break.
เสียงชัดเจนค่ะ
ครับ
ค่ะ
We have a break 5 minutes, I think.
Okay.
One break. Mention in the chat box.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back again. Today, we're gonna have the afternoon session, second presenter, Dr. Kiatipon Satabut, the president of the Thai Logistics and Productivity Society, I think ELPS in short. So he will be sharing about the cooperation with the government in the skill development, how Logistics Society is cooperating, and then also the experience, which include both good practice and also the challenges and also the recommendation. So now may I invite Dr. Kitiapum, please. Please,ค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ Okay. Good afternoon, all participants from CLMV colleagues. Let me share my slide now. Okay. Okay. First of all, let me introduce my organization, Thai Logistics and Production Society, TLAPS. We are non-profit organization that gather the logistic and supply chain professional to work together to leverage logistic and supply chain workforce. Our society has been inaugurated since 27 years ago. So we up to now we have 2,000 around 2,700 members to join with our society. Okay, let's start from this one. Today I'm gonna tell you about what I have done before, starting since 7 years ago. Department of Skill Development, Ministry of Labor, Thailand, signed some contract with my organization, TLAPS, to initiate national skill standard for logistics and supply chain industry. So we provide 14 occupation in according to level of necessity, vitality, and urgency. Let's move on the topic today. So I will separate two keywords and then I will bring together after skill development and cooperation. Let's start from first one. Skill development means what you have at this moment is not enough to sustain in your workplace. So you need to do something more. You can work as routine and maintain yourself like this anymore. That means like a comfort zone. You cannot do everything the same and get the same result again and again. Not possible for you to stay in this position. So let's come back to the basic question: what, why, when, and how. What type mean your choice or your obligation. Some specific occupation did not allow you to work if you don't have certified license. Like in Thailand, if you are electrician, in the past, you can work any place, anywhere in Thailand, but up to now, you need certified license. And then you can work. If you didn't have the certified license and you still work, that means you will be you will pay the penalty in according to the legal compliance. So in terms of general occupation like the logistics, like a warehouse operator, forklift operator, or forklift driver, or procurement officer. Up to now, that is still I call voluntary. Voluntary does mean you can apply for national skill standard certificate. It's up to you. Up to you. But for some specific occupation, you must have the license. You must have the certified license first before you start working. Next one. Why? Why do you need skill development? In case of legal issue, you have to follow the legal compliance without any compromise. Most of the company always ask you if you are the staff, if you are the worker, no matter what position you are, they will ask. The company will ask for operating efficiency in terms of cost, time, quality, safety, and service level. That means you have to do something more. You have to do something. You cannot say, okay, this is good enough. Company can still survive, but it's not possible in the real world because everything has been changed. Your competitor, put more effort to move forward. So you have to do something more. And sometimes word of commands. That means your boss asks you, hey, you have to do something. The company needs cost saving. We have to serve the customer more. We have to increase our service level. That means you have to do something. You cannot keep everything like this. From Monday to Saturday, you do the same. You do the same activity, and you get the same result. Not possible, because your boss or your supervisor asks you to move forward again and again. If you are lucky, maybe you think about you have to develop yourself. That means self-development. You will initiate by your own. So next one, when do you need skill development? Timing is ignition factor. Sometimes you maintain yourself in the comfort zone for a certain period of time. It might be possible in the past, but it's not good. It's not possible from now on that you can keep everything, because ecosystem has been totally changed. Yes, something like that. We have the omni-channel that we can, the company can sell the product for every channel, not the same. So the trading channel or marketing channel has been changed, totally changed. Maybe due to COVID-19 and e-commerce platform. So, and companies have less competitive in your market, in their market. So maybe you can think about nothing moving forward. That means it's time for you. It's time for you to think about skill development. How? The last question. There are two ways. First one, internal. That means you have to do everything within your company. Maybe the supervisor will coach their subordinate on the job training, or they set up the pilot project in the company, or you have to do by your own self-learning. But the other way is external. That means you need somebody, you need something from outside. Maybe you ask private company to help you, or government sector, or professional bodies, joint committee or working group. that come up with this, that I will continue to the second part, cooperation. That's why we need cooperation. You cannot do it if you cannot do it by your own. You need something cooperation. So I come up with this. Before I go to the cooperation, I will explain to you in a big picture for workforce and industry involvement. So we have the Ministry of Education, as Dr. Rangsan said in the previous section, and Ministry of Labor work together. So we have two ways to get the certificate or diploma or degree level, as you know. And employment, we classify into three categories. Pre-employment, that means the Department of Skill Labor can play a key role to put to leverage competency to anyone who got the certificate, diploma, or bachelor degree before they start working, or during the employment, they may be upgrading or reskilling. So national skill standard will be like the solid ground for them to leverage themselves. So, and private sector will play different role in different part of this. Okay, I will explain to you for private sector. And this is what I explained to you in detail. National skill standard setting. How can we set up everything in process? So I will explain for you in the process. I separate to three portion. First one, when the project start, that means we need project Gantt chart or project timeline. That will tell you what activity will be done and who will respond that activity, and timing, how many days or how many months, how many weeks that activity will be complete. So we need people to do it. We call the project management team. We will set up and do project Gantt chart, and then Department of Skill Labor will approve the project Gantt chart. Then assume that we have 10 months for the whole project. So we'll separate into activity. Each activity need the main responsible people to take care for each activity, and how many weeks that activity will be complete. Okay. Next, we have to analyze job descriptor, task list, subtask, performance criteria, and so on. That means we have to classify them like if you have one occupation. That means you have to understand every piece of work, task or subtask, and then you have to understand what criteria that will make that piece, task or subtask, accomplish. So this will be done by, we call working group. So project management team will be on the top. So working group will be below for the same on the same organization chart. And then after complete, project management team will be approved the task and bring them to the public. That means, as I remember, we invite from different sector, the stakeholder, around 50 people from this from different sector to come to listen what we plan to do for each occupation. So project management team and working group will work together to present, and all stakeholders will say, okay, we have like a open opinion to get everything. We open for everything, and then we get the comment and suggestion and so on, and then we come back again to revise it. And next one, qualification of assessing and testing methodology. That means we have to define who will be examined, age, education, experience, level of education maybe defined, experience, or like you have to work for at least 4 months before you entering the test, something like that. Working group will be done this job, and we have steering company. Steering company came from many stakeholders, for many maybe let's say one part come from government sector, some come from big name company, come from professional association, professional organization, and from the university, educational institution, something like that, set up into steering committee. It's about 30 people, 30 seats work together. Next one, testing procedure. That means if you have to make a complete test of any occupation, we need 3 things: knowledge, skill, and attitude. 3 parts will be combined in the test. Steering company will take care, we approve for this process. Next one, when we have everything, we need the pilot testing to do it. In small scale, we have to set up everything almost like a real world. For testing, we have to set up everything, equipment and people and assessor, everything, and then we bring the people to come to the test, and we get the result. We notice everything that maybe we have to improve our testing process, testing procedure. And next one, instruction for assessee and assessor. That means we understand the whole process of testing, so we have to write down the instruction for the one who will be examined and the one who will be like a referee. Department of Skill Development will approve the process, and then testing center will be set up. Organize professional and organization and university will be paid the key role for testing center, and Department of Skill Development will approve for testing center. But I jump to what will be happen somewhere between here. Actually, yeah, somewhere happen here. That means when everything complete in the complete document, we need like the committee to approve it, and then put into the legal legal legislation, something like that. That means it has been announced, and then we start working, and then we start set up the testing center. Yeah. After that, that means another thing that will be support for national skill standard is called skill weight. That means if anyone who get the national skills standard certificate, they should get the higher wage than normal, than minimum wage. That means so skill weight will be set up. For example, if minimum wage is 100, skill weight should be higher than 100. Should be higher than 100. Okay. And for this process, we need Ministry of Labor, professional body, and educational institution. So they have play different role. Regulator and facilitator from the Department of Skill Labor, Ministry of Labor, and professional body. Professional body mean professional association, professional organization to promote the national skill standard. And from my experience, educational institution should be set up testing center because they can use the testing. They can use the national skill standard testing center for different purpose. First one, they can use it as the testing center. Second, maybe they can use it as the learning center, or maybe they can provide training for public. I will show you the showcase for this. This is like one university named Rajapat Kamphaengphet Maesot, located in the western part of Thailand, next to Myanmar border. Can you hear? Can you hear? Okay.
จากความมุ่งมั่นตั้งใจของทางการประจำสาขาวิชาการจัดการสิ่งที่จะพัฒนากำลังการจัดการเป็นที่ก้าวไปก่อน
เป็นวิดีโอใช่ไหมคะ sorry
ใช่ครับ
we can see only the first page of the
Okay.
video
Okay.
ค่ะ
I will try
can you
again.
just off it and then
Okay.
on it again yeah
Just a moment. Okay.
จากความมุ่งมั่นตั้งใจของทางการประจำสาขาวิชาการจัดการโลจิสติกส์ที่จะพัฒนากำลังการจัดการเป็นสาขาที่ก้าวไปก่อนการพัฒนาระบบโลจิสติกส์ในระดับประเทศโดยเฉพาะการเสริมราชการและทักษะการบริหารด้านโลจิสติกส์นอกจากการกระบวนการจัดการเรียนการสอนแบบบูรณาการกับการทำงาน work integrated learning จึงเกิดการทำงานข้อตกลงการเรียนของวิชาการวิชาการโลจิสติกส์ระหว่างมหาวิทยาลัยกับในการที่จะร่วมกันพัฒนาบุคลากรโดยเฉพาะในด้าน การด้านการปฏิบัติให้กับนักศึกษาสาขาวิชาการจัดการโลจิสติกส์และอีกหนึ่งกิจกรรมที่สำคัญที่นำเข้ามาเป็นจุดเริ่มต้นของการจะตั้งสู่ทดสอบมาตรฐานการดูแลโรงอุตสาหกรรมโลจิสติกส์คือการเข้าร่วมอบรมของอาจารย์สาขาวิชาการจัดการโลจิสติกส์มหาวิทยาลัยราชภัฏกำแพงเพชรในหลักสูตรเทคนิคการต่อเรือด้านโลจิสติกส์และหลักสูตรเทคนิคการต่อเรือด้านโลจิสติกส์ระดับสูงที่อาจารย์ระดับต้นผู้ศึกษาสมาคมไทยโลจิสติกส์และการผลิตและพัฒนาโดยบางท่านที่มาเป็นไทยโลจิสติกส์และการผลิตท่านได้ให้คำปรึกษาแนะนำรวมถึงสนับสนุนและเป็นคนปฏิบัติการโดยในการเพื่อการดำเนินการก่อจัดตั้งศูนย์วิจัยมาตรฐานโดยอุตสาหกรรมโลจิสติกส์ได้เกิดขึ้นณมหาวิทยาลัยราชภัฏกำแพงเพชรและสองให้ดำเนินโครงการติดตั้งศูนย์วิจัยมาตรฐานโดยอุตสาหกรรมโลจิสติกส์โดยผู้ให้มีการประสานงานส่วนและการพัฒนาฝีมือเพื่อขอจัดตั้งศูนย์วิจัยมาตรฐานโดยอุตสาหกรรมโลจิสติกส์โดยมหาวิทยาลัยราชภัฏซึ่งได้เข้ามาบริหารการของวิทยาลัยเมื่อวันที่4 กันยายนพุทธศักราช 2560ยังได้ขอเปิดทดสอบการบริหาร1สาขาอาชีพที่ต้องปฏิบัติการสินค้าระดับโลกาอาชีพผู้ควบคุมสินค้าบริการระดับโลกาอาชีพนักปฏิบัติการซึ่งในการจัดตั้งนี้ทางมหาวิทยาลัยราชภัฏกำแพงเพชรได้สอบได้รับการร่วมมือในการที่จะเป็นการดูวิธีการปฏิบัติการโลจิสติกส์และการผลิตของหนึ่งซึ่งปรากฏว่าทางการให้สามารถเปิดสินค้ามาตรฐานในโลกาโดยอุตสาหกรรมโลจิสติกส์และที่วันที่18 และ12 พฤศจิกายนที่มหาวิทยาลัยราชภัฏกำแพงเพชรได้จัดงานที่สอบโลจิสติกส์
Okay. Okay, I will give you the brief summary what has happened with this university. First step, the lecturer have to understand the benefit of National Skill Standard Testing Center. So the key person, key staff of the faculty has been get the training with our speaker and our professor from T-Labs, and then they have to explain to their board of the university why do we need the testing center, what benefit that we can gain from the testing center, and then we get the approved from the board of university, and then they come back to the Department of Skill Development to set up everything and ask for the approval. So for the last 5 minutes, challenges, innovation and technology. If you work for 10 or 20 years, you may feel that you have high skill labor, but when the innovation and technology come, that means what you think may be different, because for young generation, maybe they know how to apply innovation and technology to the working process. Maybe you're competitive in number in many years of experience, maybe we gone. Next one, generation gap under one organization. That means there are many, and there are baby boomer, Gen X, Gen Y, and Gen Z, and Gen Me to work together. That means the organization will be have different generation to work together. Last one, soft skill. Soft skill will be paid key role in the organization. That means you need critical thinking, problem solving skill, and communication skill. It will come before technical skill, because you have to communicate with among many generations. Last one, my recommendation, first one, multi-skill set. I work for private company for 25 years. So I can notice that if anyone, any worker or any manager who has specific direction, or who he is keen for any field of work, maybe it's not good enough when they get to the high position. So broaden will be important thing. Multi-skill set is very important. Second one, skill gap not too big. In according to the previous slide, that means what any staff or worker who has maybe 3-year experience maybe can compete with 10 or 20 years of experience, because technology and innovation will make them very close. Okay. Last but not least, long life learner. That means you have never stopped yourself. You have to improve yourself all the time. Okay, that's the thing that we live here. So, okay, any question from the participant?
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Kietipo. Now may I open the floor for the question and answer? So yeah, may I invite anyone? Do you have any question regarding with our presentation? You can see in the video that logistics, how they are cooperating, like, you know, near Myanmar border method, and very interesting actually. And then how the collaboration go with DST and everything. Do you have any question? Or are you sleepy? Please.
Hello.
Please. Titi.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, thank you so much for your very useful, full presentation. And I have questions for you. I am very interested with your presentation, because now in Vietnam we also want to develop the national occupation skill system for the labor. And also the first question is how can attract the labor to participate the nose testing, and do you have like the list of the occupation, just the labor have to get the certificate if they want to work in the labor in the labor markets? Yes.
Okay. Let me explain to you. As I told you, most of occupation are like most of occupation are like a voluntary certificate. That means you can work without the certificate. That's okay. But for some realistic occupation, so you need certificate. When we when we talk about voluntary, that means you can do. Willing or not willing is okay. The company didn't ask you for the certificate. But if we want to stimulate or we want to if we want to enhance the national skill standard certificate, that means you have to put something more. For example, you have to explain to the human resource department of private company to understand what is the benefit of people who get the national skill standard certificate. For example, if you see the job advertisement, if you say that national skill standard certificate is required, that means they have to get the certificate before they apply the job. So human resource department will play a key role for this. But you have to understand, you have to explain to them first, why do you need the people or the worker who hold the national skill standard certificate before applying the job? That is from my viewpoint.
So Dr. Kitiapon, and I think that Dr. JJ also can add on that point. I think that Thailand has the policy that encourage the industry, private company to have the employee who are holding the skill certificate as well. And then also it linked to the wage as well. Well, I think that in the previous presentation, they included if they pass the skill standard one, their wage rate could be, more than minimum wage or, something like that. They have the incentive. Right. So you need to, to do that thing, you need to get the cooperation from the, private sector company as well, So that's why the collaboration is very important in that sense. Of course, the worker also need to be encouraged through the wage incentive, financial and non-financial incentive as well for both everyone. I think, Ms. Dan. I think, are you okay? I mean, are we answering your question? Or you want to clarify anyone? Anything more?
Another point is some company, if the worker have got the national skills standard certificate, they will pay extra incentive to those people. For example, for forklift driver, something like that, they will get 1,000 more, 1,000 baht a month more from basic salary. That means you are qualified worker because you get the national skill standard certificate.
Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Dr. Kiatavon. I think, Miss Dan, you can also relate to Dr. JJ comment before. I think that Thailand is like also promoting the zero incident, in company and private sector. So meaning that having the skill certificate also guarantee the quality of the workers. Okay, Mr. Kakada, please. Yes. Oh, please wait for a while. I think Miss Titi first. Miss Titi, only after that, Mr. Kakada will go, no? Miss Titi, please. Yes.
It's okay. It's already covered my question. Thank you.
No, Mr. Kakada, please.
Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Doctor, and thanks for your presentation. I think that we can see the challenges and your recommendation and the solution as well. And so my question is, how can you predict the skill demand in the next 5 years, and what is your strategy to build, the skill in order to respond in the next 5 years? Let's say, when we prepare the strategic plan for the skill development, what we are doing is not that we respond on the something that we face now, but we can predict in the next 5 years or next 10 years. And so what is your experiences in that? How can you make it, effectively and properly in order to respond to the need in the future? Thank you.
Okay. Okay, from as you know, get involved with logistics and supply chain industrial for 27 years. That means, as you know, technology and innovation come to our industry, supply chain, logistics and supply chain industry. That means something that like a repetitive work will be disappear soon. For example, if you move the product in and out all the time, that means the automated machine will work for you. They have no choice for these people.
Yeah. Okay.
And next one, if you are the planner, for example, if you have 200 orders a day and you have 25 trucks to deliver the product to your customer. Yes, we have the skilled labor who can handle for 200 orders with 25 trucks a day. But up to now, this job will be appear because software will replace them. So that means we have to understand technology and innovation perspective and then apply them to facilitate our current work. Maybe our working process will be changed. It must be, we have to accept for this point that how we combine them or integrate them in the proper way that we can stay with the innovation and technology because some company can get the high value software to replace the people, but for some company not possible. So we have to align them together. The same case as a national skill standard. That means we have to revise them for the all occupation because technology and innovation will be inserted into our process. For example, if we work on the paper, on the working sheet, something like that, working sheet will be appear. That means tasking will be replaced. Yes.
We will share the email address of Dr. Kitiapon to you as well. I think Dr. Kitiapon, would you mind sharing your email address to participants? Maybe our country delegate will be more interested to ask questions or connect with you for more business opportunity.
That's okay.
Maybe. Yeah.
In the front page of my slide will be my email. Email. Okay.
Thank you so much. Actually, we will make the speaker profile as well. So tomorrow, we will include it there. The email address will not. So after we request the speaker as well.
Okay.
So please don't worry. And then I think that we'll take the one last question. Is there any? Do you have question? One last question. Then we will conclude the session. One last question. Anyone who want to ask? Our Lao participants are so silent, so quiet. I would like to hear something from our Lao participant. So how about the Miss Manivong? You open the camera and I do you have any questions? Yes.
Yes, I want some exchange or some question. Because now it's really important that the presentation when the employer will include the worker, he will ask about license. So, but now when the worker to apply to job vacancy, the employer is will get them done without a license. But in Thailand, it's very important for license. So I want to ask Mr. Kittipo how to promote for the private sector or employer to cooperation with government to training for the worker. How? Please give a good comment for us. Thank you.
Could you ask me again, please? Maybe the signal is not good. I can hear you, but something like again, please.
Yes, I want to know about how to promote to private sector or employer to cooperation with government to development skill for the worker. How to promote, please.
Frankly speaking, when the national skill standard has been announced legally, professional association or professional organization play a key role to promote national skill standard to the private sector. Government, maybe they have a lot of work to do, so they just only announce and then stop. For my organization, Thai Logistics and Production Society, we try to push national skill standard into action. That means we define the strategy to bring the public sector and university to set up the national skill standard testing center. If the university set up national skill standard testing center in the university, that means they will bring their students come to pass the test, and private sector can use the all facility in the university for learning centers, something like that, and they will persuade the private sector to bring the worker to pass the test. Something like we have to set up many strategies to less the testing center for the public. So we cannot wait for the government sector to promote the national skill standard only, except there are like a specific occupation that need the license only. That means that, for example, like an electrician, you announce this occupation will be limited to the only anyone who hold a certificate license. That means government didn't say anything that every worker will come to the government sector. Okay, they want to get their certificate before starting work. Okay.
Dr. Kitiapong,
Yes.
for your presentation, and yeah, so with that, I would like to conclude your session, and thank you so much. And our participant, our country delegate, if you want to ask more questions, you can email him, and you can just we can also facilitate us. So thank you so much for your time cap. Bye bye. Bye bye. Come on, the organizer is so bad. Bye bye. Thank you so much, and please feel free to join any session if you want to. Also, because we have today workshop, tomorrow if you are free and give comment, we are very happy to welcome you as well at any time.
Okay.
Thank you. So our workshop is almost came to end, but for today. But anyway, we will take also 5 minutes. I need 3 minutes break. 5 minutes. Let's keep it 5 minutes now, and then please come back after 5 minutes. We were trying to conclude as early as possible. No? Thank you. Bye. For now. Bye for now.
For now.
I used to say bye. Bye. Bye for now. 5 minutes. Yeah, yeah. Oh.
Ừ. ใช่
มันเสร็จแล้วอ่ะ
don't trust. Hello, 5 minutes up. So every presentation, 5 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. So I think this is the conclusion of the day one already. And today we don't have much, we don't have the discussion session because we will keep only tomorrow afternoon, right? So let's try to come and listen to the morning. We talk about the potential investment sector. Afternoon, we talk about the perspective from the, logistics as a private sector and also the OVED, Ministry of Education, how they are cooperating with our DST, Ministry of Labor. After that, I think that now because of the time, we will wrap up the day. And we will continue tomorrow with the international experience and other like Jiangze and also the front we have another presenter as well. So now it's time for wrap up. And so Dr. JJ, may I request you to synthesize a bit and also to end the session beautifully, to end the day beautifully. Dr. JJ. And also the participant, if you have the final comment, you can add for the day.
So it's my time, right? So in the first session, we talk about the investment, right? So I think CLMV is already to need more investor or investment in each country. But I saw the slide from BOI in the morning, right? So I have some more information. So the truth is Thailand invite investor from another country, but the right situation now, right? So difficult to invest, and from the Cambodia, from Laos and Myanmar, a lot of investors go to invest in your country, right? So right now, I think for example, the BOI of Thailand, they quite need more invest in Thailand also. But the bad news, I think I have some bad news. A lot of investors, they move the best production to, what do you guess, which country? the first, hello? If I priority, I think they will move to Vietnam. Number one is to Vietnam. Second one is to Cambodia and Laos and Myanmar for Thai investor. So I think this in the morning I forgot asked about the financial for skill development, right? If you need to know about the just like the financial for skill development, I think maybe we have to reply the email to speaker again. We have to talk about this one. So for the next sessions, we talk about the cooperation in reskill and upskill with private sector and government partner. So all Ministry of Labor, for example, Department of Skill Development is work together, right? For example, from Tibet, as I asked him, Mr. Doctor, let Third child, right?